Well, hello everyone. It's Angela with Mystic Moon bringing you guys a new reading today. So this is a theme that I just developed. It is called Your Vampire Love Story. So obviously it's just a fun and creative way to explore a soul connection that you have with another person. But it is a reading that is now available in my Etsy shop. So if you'd like your own personalized version of this reading, it will be available down below in the description box, as well as all the decks I'll be using in today's reading. So this Orgonite here is called the Lovers Orgonite, created by Michelle from Wing and Bell. And obviously, you guys, just take what resonates and get rid of anything that doesn't. So let's get started. The very first thing that we're going to focus on here, the topic is hunger. This is going to be the divine masculine's current hunger and desires for the feminine. So obviously, this can be your energy, the other person's energy. Just go ahead and feel it out and see what it, how it's coming across for you. But this is the way that I channel divine masculine. I do say he or him, and for feminines, I do say she or her. So it's just the way that I channel. But yeah, let's just jump into it. Hunger, divine masculine's current hunger and desires for his feminine. So of course, we're going to go into this deck that I created here, which is definitely very spicy and vampire-y, the Divine Masculine Haunted cards, okay? So let's go ahead and see what are the masculine's current desires and hunger for this feminine. Ooh, we have Send Her My Love. So this is actually a song from Journey. It's a beautiful song, one of my favorites from them. And so the words from the song, Memories Remained. So send her my love. So some of you guys, this could be indicating right off the bat that there is, this is a connection that is in separation or distance at this time, because obviously this masculine is wanting to send you, divine feminine, his love. Now just say send her my love. Maybe this could be via someone else. Maybe he is, for whatever reason, not able to speak to you at this time. For whatever reason. So he's asking someone else to send her my love, or this could just be a thought. All right, so now we're going to go into the Twin Flame Hunger Vampire Edition from Fire Witch Tarot and see what else this masculine is currently hungering or desiring. Let's take a look here. Okay, so we have extraterritorial to an unhealthy extent. Wow. Okay, so the current hunger and desire is pretty strong for this masculine at this time. And even though they're in maybe a separation or at a distance, it's like he's still very much feeling that he claims some sort of stake on her, that he feels like they belong together. So let's go ahead and go into this. This is called the Tarot of V. And let's just get another message here. Tarot of V, what do we need to know? Ooh, we have the Queen of Swords, you guys. So this Queen of Swords, this could be an energy here of this feminine. So you watching the video, you could be in a situation right now where you're remaining very cold-hearted and detached from this masculine. You could have put up a very healthy or deliberate boundary and basically, laid down the law and said, I'm not going to deal with something. So this masculine now is looking at his feminine as somebody who's very strong, somebody who might be untouchable or unapproachable right now. And in a way, what it's doing is it's creating more of a hunger and an appetite towards this feminine, as we can see. Right? So he wants her more because of her strength. He wants her more because she is unattainable. That is what we are picking up on. So let's go ahead and get another layer here. What else do we need to know about this masculine's hunger and desire for the feminine? Let's look at this. Oh, wow. We have Someone Like You by Adele. I wish nothing but the best for you. Wow. So this is definitely one of those songs where it just really gets you in your heart, because you realize that, there's obviously a connection between two people, and someone has moved on and the other person is still craving the connection. So that can be a theme for this connection, if that resonates with you guys, as in someone is unavailable now, or maybe both parties are. So there's this beautiful energy, which is, I wish nothing but the best for you. Even though I might not be able to have you, or we can't be together, I do wish nothing but the best for you. So of course there's that desire to be with someone like you, almost like, if I can't have you, then I'm going to try to find someone or be with someone that's just like you, because I'm so into you as a person. I'm so into, just everything about you. It's almost like I need to try to duplicate you. And even though that won't work, I'm just getting here, there's a little bit of a settling here, having to settle for second best. So let's go ahead and see what else we need to know. Ooh, you're constantly on my mind, seducing my memories. Oh my gosh, you guys. So the fact that we now have 2 cards that indicate memories. Memories remain. You're constantly on my mind, seducing my memories. This could confirm that we have a masculine and a feminine that are in a separation or a distance, or this is a connection from the past. Okay. So, this masculine is currently desiring the feminine by thinking about her, doesn't want her to be unhappy though. That's the beautiful thing. Definitely wants the best for her, but also can't help that, she's currently on his mind, seducing his memories. So he's thinking about her and he's desiring her based off of the memories of what was once upon a time. All right, what else? We have the 8 of Swords. So the 8 of Swords indicates somebody is trapped in their mind. They're kind of going around in this figure 8 circle and they don't really have a way out of that thought. So this definitely indicates to me that this masculine is heavily thinking about the feminine. And maybe, if he does move on, it's like a boomerang. His thoughts always come back to this feminine. He's always thinking about her no matter what's going on in his life. Wow. Okay, so let's go ahead and get another layer here. Let's see what else we need to know. We have Ghost. Ooh, reaching for a dream that always fades. So of course that ghost energy can be an indication of your love is like a ghost, that this is something from the past. This is someone who's not in front of him. So the feminine is like a ghost. He could also be dreaming about her. And of course, when he wakes up, it always fades, as in he's left with that feeling that it wasn't real. It was just a dream. So I feel like he's definitely dreaming of this feminine, and it's causing him to just really desire her much more. We have, you've left your mark on me. Yes, for sure. Okay. Definitely you've left your mark on him, feminine. He definitely feels something's just significant with you that he doesn't feel with other people. So that's very evident so far in this reading. And we have the 2 of, what is this? The 2 of Wands, I believe that is. Let me just double check this deck. 2 of Wands. Yes. So that 2 of Wands, okay, not really in this deck, but usually it shows a man and he's sitting there and he's got this globe in his hand and he's kind of thinking about something. He's trying to figure something out. He's trying to make a decision. I feel like this masculine is stuck in between 2 worlds. He's stuck in a dream, but then he's also stuck in a fantasy. So for me, this is like his waking hours. He's like in this toss-up. So his desire is to create this dream, to actualize this dream, or to just kind of recess back into recess back into reality, which is, we're not together. So what do I do? So I feel like there's a little bit of a stuck energy that the masculine is in when it comes to what he desires versus what he can do. Okay. All right, let's get one last set. What else do we need to know about this masculine's current hunger and desires for this feminine? Ooh, we have another Journey song. Separate ways. Someday love will find you. So, of course, send her my love. I wish nothing but the best for you. Someday love will find you. This is not the kind of masculine who wanted the feminine to end up alone or remain in a state of heartbreak or sadness. And so, if you guys had to go your own separate ways, it may have been because this masculine could not give the feminine the love that she was she was looking for at the time. So again, there's that once upon a time energy for me. But his current love and desire is that he does hope that love finds you, but he also desires you at the same time. So to me, this is a masculine who's kind of tortured, haunted and tortured. You captivate me. And that's the thing. You still captivate this masculine. There's no doubt about it. There's definitely no doubt about it. So he's very captivated by your energy. He's very captivated by the connection that you guys share and did share. He's captivated by the energy that was exchanged between the two of you because he can't really duplicate it with other people, even though he might be trying. And we have the Four of Cups. Dang, it's like dissatisfaction though with Four of Cups. It's not good enough. It's a bummer. It's not really what this masculine desires or wants, you guys. He doesn't really desire that. He doesn't actually really desire what's in front of him either, unfortunately, because he's so captivated by the feminine that he can't really be captivated by anyone else. But at the same time, she may have let him go. He may have let her go. There may be circumstances that are keeping them apart. And so he does wish nothing but the best for her. But at the same time, he's still captivated and desires and hungers her. Ooh. So that is how this is going so far. So let's go ahead and shift gears. And now we are going to go into thirst, which is what is the divine feminine's current thirst and appetite for this masculine? Let's take a look at this energy. So we are, of course, going to go into the divine feminine ghosted deck that I created. Ooh, we have coming back. I believe that's from the crystal method, I think. You keep coming back again. Ooh, so what I'm seeing here, feminines, is just when you think you're over this, just when you think you're just, you're never going to think about your masculine again, you're moving on with your life. And it doesn't mean you can't. You can, of course, move on with your life. He comes back. His energy comes back. And you're just like, I don't get it. I don't get it. I've worked on myself. I'm doing just fine. I'm happy in another situation even. Why does this energy keep coming back? That's where you're at, feminine. The energy keeps coming back. And the thing is, and what I've learned when it comes to people's energies coming back, it doesn't always mean that you and that person belong together or should be together. Sometimes the energy comes back because there might be there's still something to learn or to heal, or perhaps even to use the energy to your advantage. Okay? I've got a lot of connection with people, and we wouldn't necessarily be the best fit to be in each other's lives physically, but I can certainly use the wisdom of the memories and the lessons, or even the inspiration that I get from the connection. So that's what I'm talking about, is just because an energy comes back doesn't necessarily always have to mean that's because we're supposed to be with this person, or that, it's meant to be right now. There's something to understand and to feel, maybe to heal, or to even use to your advantage. So I think that's a beautiful thought. All right, what else? What does the feminine thirst, and what is her appetite? Interesting. She's got a cup. Come have some fun with me. Okay. So some of you guys are really feeling this desire to want to drink from this cup once again. And whatever that means to you, like I said, you can drink from this cup, and it's a cup that is an inspiration for you. It gives you lots of creative burst and like a muse to you. So that could be why you are thirsting and drinking from this cup once again, but it could literally be for some of you guys that you are feeling that this masculine's energy is coming back because it means that he's going to be making contact with you or coming back into your life. That could be for some of you guys, okay? It's going to be different for everybody. So let's see what else. We have the High Priestess. So the High Priestess is all about the higher self. It's about our intuition. It is definitely a secret. It's not something that we are putting out there. So I do feel like this feminine is experiencing something when it comes to the energy of the moon, which of course the moon is related to the High Priestess, and the moon is related to the feminine. It's also connected to our dreams and our psychic senses and our intuition. So I feel like this is happening here on some sort of a deep, profound level. So feminine is currently thirsting something, which is why this masculine's energy is coming back to her. But I'm also getting that she's psychically and telepathically picking up on this masculine's desire. He's thinking about her, which is why he's now popping up in her dreams and popping up in her energy field once again. So some of you are partaking in this, and some of you guys are saying, I don't know if I can handle this. I don't know what this means. I don't know if this is something that I know how to work with in a positive, constructive way. What is this? Okay, so now we have sirens. Sirens. I'm on the other side trying to break through. Very interesting. So to me, this of course is an indication of a separation. I'm on the other side trying to break through. So there's like this distance or this like trying to break through to get through, but having a difficult time. And so the feminine's current thirst and appetite for this masculine is for him to break through, for him to actually come through. You know, just desiring her and feeling these things and thinking these things. It might be for some of you, you're ready for him to actually take action on this. So you're like waiting for him to break through. Only you have access. Wow. So some of you guys very much are mirroring this masculine's energy, because we can see here that you are very much, you've left a mark on him. Well, he's obviously left the same mark on you. Only you have access to certain aspects of me. I've never let anyone in. I've never loved anyone like this before. So there's something very significant and special as to why you desire this masculine, because there's a specific kind of energy, a specific kind of feeling that you get, and you've never had that with anyone else. So you, in a way, thirst for it once again. We have the Chariot's energy now. So the Chariot is also connected to the moon. So the moon right now is very much in the feminine's energy field, okay? Dreams, fantasies, could even be fears, illusions as well. There's a lot of things that might be kind of confusing right now for the feminine. She doesn't quite understand why she's thinking certain things or why she's having certain dreams. So what I'm getting here, feminines, is to really just enjoy the journey right now, because I see the Chariot as a journey card. Enjoy the journey. It's a part of your destiny to experience something right now. Let it speak to you. Let your shadows come through as well. Let them speak to you. Let them teach you something. And maybe use this time to really go deeply within and reflect. Maybe even do some journaling or writing or things where you're using your imagination. This could be really therapeutic for you, okay? So whatever's being given to you, use that energy in a constructive way. So what you're thirsting, of course, is movement. What you're thirsting, perhaps, is to get on track, to get on the same page with this masculine. But if it's not happening right now, what I'm getting here is use the energy, in your own special way. Nothing wrong with that, okay? That can be very healing. All right, let's see what else the feminine is thirsting for. We have Jar of Hearts. Who do you think you are? Running around, leaving scars. Ooh, so to me, this is a little bit of a Medusa energy. meaning that this feminine perhaps could feel some anger or rage towards this masculine because she feels like her heart is in a jar and she has not been able to properly love another person or to let another person in because of the way she feels towards this masculine. There's something about scars here. She feels scarred for life. And because of this scar, she feels like he is the only one that has this access to her heart. And you can see that nail right into the heart. So that's a scar. Okay? So I feel like there's definitely this thirst to have this masculine apologize for some sort of behavior, or, to hear those words, I'm sorry, or I hate to say this, but this is a normal human response to see the masculine brought to his knees and pay, or to have some sort of karmic consequence. That's what I'm getting as well for some of you feminines out there. You might desire your masculine to hurt a little bit because of what has happened here. Okay, so I'm going to grab this card because it fell out onto the floor. There's actually two of them, so I will take them both. Everlasting, passionate love, and I'm hiding my true feelings. Interesting. That is right there, the high priestess's energy. So this for sure tells me here that this feminine has this, just very, very passionate love that just doesn't ever seem to go away for this masculine. But she also hides how she truly feels. So she may be the Queen of Swords right now. She may literally be the High Priestess Queen of Swords who's not going to let this masculine know that she feels this way. She's going to hide it really good. She's going to put it in a jar and she's going to freaking leave it there. Some of you guys might have even done some sort of a jar spell. Okay. I don't know why that's coming to me right now, but some of you guys may have done something like that, like a honey jar spell or protection spell or something like that in a jar. And it's kind of like helping you to either cope or heal or something when it comes to what has happened with this masculine. But it could also be just like a special place that you have in your home of this connection, things that represent your connection to this masculine. It's a sacred box or it's a sacred space or something like that, okay? And it's kind of like you might not be opening yourself up by speaking to this masculine or telling him how you feel, but you certainly regard this connection as very sacred. That's what I'm seeing here. Very interesting. So your desire is to have this passionate, everlasting love in your life once again. But then there is also this fear of having this masculine actually come back into your life because you are afraid of getting hurt again. So you're on the fence is what I'm seeing here with that. Okay, so this right here is the Queen of Cups. You are afraid to be the Queen of Cups again. The Queen of Cups is how you really feel about this masculine, but the Queen of Swords is how you display yourself to this masculine because of the past pain and the past hurt. That makes sense. And the Queen of Cups is also Cancer's energy. So we have double Cancerian energy coming through here today. All right, so let's go ahead and get one last energy here, one last layer here. We have Blue Jeans. I Will Love You Until the End of Time by Lana Del Rey. It's such a beautiful song. And I'm just getting that. That's truly how you feel about this masculine. Now, I'm not trying to say like you guys will never be able to love or be happy with anyone else. But you're never going to love anybody like you did this masculine. You're going to love this masculine until the end of time. It's just with you. It's in your energy. You're connected. That's just the way it is. Okay? It's just the way that it is. So let's take a look and get another message. It's hard for me to open up. Yeah. So it might be really hard for you guys to open up and love other people, even though you do desire. It's like it cuts. It cuts both ways. It cuts both ways if you were to try to move on and love someone else because you're always feeling the love that you have for this masculine. So you feel like you can't properly open up for new potential partners. But I'm also getting too that it's very difficult for you, as much as you love this masculine, to ever even imagine being able to be vulnerable like the Queen of Cups ever again. Yep, Four Swords. It's almost like this feminine feels safer just at this distance or in this time frame where they're not speaking, where it's like just she feels like she's in peace now that they've kind of laid it to rest. Have they really laid it to rest, though? I'm getting no. In order for you to open up and to have this masculine back in your life, it definitely, it might actually be one of those things where it would create a lot of pain. It would create a lot of pain for you. It might create a lot of pain for this masculine. It might create pain for people that you guys are involved with, something like that. So to me, it's like a double-edged sword. As much as you want this connection, you also are afraid of this connection, feminine. That's what I'm seeing here. And you might have a bunch of reasons why that might be. So just take it if it resonated for you. All right, now we are going to go into number 3, which is the coffin. What shadows are being laid to rest? And that's kind of interesting because we just had this as our last card. What is being laid to rest? Let's look at it. All right, we're going to go into 2 of my decks here, which is the Twin Flame Journey Shadows and my Dark Night of the Soul Tarot. All right, what's being laid to rest when it comes to this connection? What is being laid to rest? We have misguided. Look at the moon. So the moon has actually come up a lot in this reading so far. What I'm getting here is that somebody had big dreams. So to me, this is past energy. Someone had big dreams and they were following those dreams, thinking that that's where they were, like they were thinking that that's where they were headed. But when they got there, it was total blackout. They were lost. They were misguided, meaning that their higher self actually was not guiding them. It was something else. Their shadows, their fears, their ego, something. Okay. So what's being laid to rest is that someone has had to hit rock bottom. Somebody has had to go through a dark night of the soul. Someone has had to completely get lost in order to find themselves once again. So that's what's being laid to rest. What's being laid to rest is this cycle of continuing to go down the wrong path. I feel like both people now are back on track and they're wanting to improve themselves. They're wanting to make better decisions. You two might also be much more mature now, especially if this is a connection from long ago. We have envious. Okay, so there could have been a lot of envy or jealousy when it came to each other. Maybe we were envious that this person was just able to move on with their life, or maybe they were envious of us being able to do the same, or we were envious of just what they had, or they were envious of what we had. And then we have the sacrificial lamb, hangman. So what I do want to say, you guys, is I have Pisces energy now coming through. The moon in tarot is Pisces. Hangman is also Pisces. So a lot of watery energy here. Okay. And she's actually a mermaid underwater. That's kind of interesting to me. So this, to me, sacrificial lamb, you know, we make certain sacrifices, unfortunately. I do feel like someone made the ultimate sacrifice. The ultimate sacrifice was made, and the price now is losing someone. So someone might be very envious, okay, or has been envious in the past, that someone has basically been able to move on and forget them. So what I want to say about that is that this might be something that the masculine was feeling with the feminine, because I can clearly see with the cards that have come up so far is that he does wish nothing but the best for her now. He may not have always felt that way. He might have been quite upset or quite, you know, just shocked that she was able to move on with her life and maybe not wait for him or not chase him. That's just a story that's coming up that might resonate for a few of you. So just take it if it does. Now, when it comes to the connection, I feel like this might be an energy for the feminine. Instead of being envious of what the masculine has, or envious as to how it might have seemed that it has been so much easier for him, that he hasn't suffered as much as she has, etc., rather than hanging him up, you know, and wanting him to basically pay and you know, sacrifice, etc., like that. what I'm getting here is this is being laid to rest. This means forgiveness to me. This means that we are finally letting all of that rage and that darkness go, or at least that's what's in the works right now with what's being laid to rest. So we're realizing that being in that energy doesn't fix it. It doesn't change it. It doesn't really do anything except for make us feel like crap. So I feel like if that was you, feminine, being in that energy towards this masculine, you realize that it actually only leads to the dark and you get lost in that darkness. So we're finding a way to focus more on ourselves. We're finding a way that despite what's happened here with this person, we're finding a way to connect with the light of this connection rather than just the darkness of this connection, okay? So even though we're doing this reading and it's very vampire-y and dark, there's still something very, very light here, you know? So it's always about the balance of the dark and the light. So we're finding our way out of the darkness. We're finding a way out of the shadows, and we are going towards the light. Now, it doesn't mean it has to be all dark and all light. That middle road is what we're looking for. Okay? That middle road is what we're looking for. And we may not understand exactly everything yet, but I feel with the Hanged Man's energy, we're on our way. Because when you get out of blame, when you get out of hate, when you get out of all that dark energy, and you can start to look at the bigger picture. You can start to become enlightened by your experiences. You can start to look at yourself as well and take, accountability, etc., as to what may have attributed to challenges with people. We may be able to see things from other people's perspectives. We may be able to look at the fact that they were wounded and traumatized, and maybe their actions towards us weren't exactly personal, and it doesn't make it okay or right with what people did, but we can see them more on a human level. And when you can do that, you are going to head a little bit more towards the light instead of being lost in the darkness and blaming yourself and staying and remaining a victim. So I feel like that is something that we are laying to rest. We're laying to rest our need to blame. We're laying to rest our need to be envious of perhaps other people. I'm also getting too that some feminines may have blamed this masculine for not being able to move on with their lives. And it's not about blame. It's just about our choices. We can choose to put our lives on hold and sacrifice and wait, or we can choose to move on with our lives and make the best of our lives and situations. We absolutely have a choice. So I feel like this is being laid to rest, the need to blame, the need to hate. And I feel like for masculine, perhaps being guided by, other things such as, hunger for power, ego driving the ship. This has led to a dead end for this masculine. And because of this, he's making some better choices. He's realizing that maybe this wasn't all it was cracked up to be. He's realizing that there's more important things in life besides just this, what he thought was, perhaps important before. Okay. And I also feel that if feminine has moved on, what's being laid to rest is his need to have her. As in, I have to be with her, so I'm going to interrupt her life if she has moved on. That's a very selfish thing to do. A very selfish thing to do. Especially if you've hurt someone. If they've moved on with their lives, why would you want to interrupt that? So if that's your story, feminine, I feel like this masculine is stepping a little bit more into that peace. He's thinking less with his ego and more with his heart. And that's an admirable thing to do, is to step back and let someone live their lives, especially if you weren't the person that could give them what they were looking for at the time and you let them go. Okay? So all those things are being laid to rest. I think it's very, very healing. So now we're going to go into stake to the heart, wounds that have aided in the ascension process. So we certainly some things have happened here, some wounds. Well, let's see what wounds transpired in this connection that helped ultimately for people to ascend and heal and change. So we're actually going to go into 2 decks here. So this abstract oracle deck is a deck that my daughter and I created. This is all of her artwork. And so right now, you guys, my daughter is actually doing channeled art. So she digitally creates these images. And so, you know, this is kind of her abstract art. It's all abstract. Okay. You choose a couple of colors that you want to see, and she basically channels the energy of your connection through the information that you guys give me if you guys want to get a reading or not. And she creates your connection. So a portrait of you and your counterpart. So that's something that we're offering right now. I will put that link down below to, you know, get that service if you guys are interested. Okay. And really, you can add it on to any service. Just obviously let me know. So anyways, this is my Mystics Midnight Tarot. So let's go ahead and see what are the wounds here. Okay, what are the wounds that have aided in this ascension process? Let's take a look at this. Wounds. Ooh, we have tragic. Look at this. Okay, we have solemn, crocodile tears, and self-pity. Whoa. Okay. So wounds. To me, this is like a 5 of Cups energy because, you know, with the 5 of Cups in tarot, something obviously has happened to make us feel depressed and sad, and we're crying over it, right? But the 5 of Cups is one of those cards where it can turn into self-pity, to where if we're blaming the other person, or we're, you know, not moving on with our lives, we're now in a state of pity. We're not empowering ourselves. We're just stuck in that victim blame mentality. So that can be 5 of Cups. And can also be we're focused so much on the past that we can't even move forward. We can't even be present in our lives because we're so caught up in the past. So I like this because I feel like someone has had to sit in their shit for a long time, and they finally got tired of sitting in their shit, and they finally did something about it. And I can totally relate to that energy for sure. We have the 8 of Blood, 8 of Cups, Disappearing Act. So the 8 of Cups is one of those cards where someone has walked away. Either we walked away, someone else has walked away. It can trigger all kinds of abandonment issues with people. And this might be one of the reasons why this was so tragic. I mean, just think about it. I'm sure that there have been other heartbreaks in your life, but if you have been heartbroken by this masculine, this felt like death. This felt so different. It felt much different than other heartbreaks that you've experienced. And the reason why is because this particular masculine was the perfect recipe in order to trigger these wounds that you've been carrying around for maybe your entire life. So he's the catalyst here. So this could also be for him as well. This could be one of those things where rather than opening himself up to you and really connecting with you, his own traumas of being abandoned or fear of abandonment may have caused him to abandon you first. So he self-destructs by disappearing from your life, by running away. Okay. So the great news is that this is the wounds that needed to come up in this connection so that way they could heal so we can ascend to the next level. So to me, this is like a lot of pain, a lot of emotion, a lot of tears for sure. Okay. So let's see what else. We have expedition. Wow. Soul searching, journey, and wandering. This could be where someone really needed to go off and find themselves. This could also be being left behind, being left alone, and having no choice but then to carry on and journey on and find yourself. So I feel like this connection really was designed in order to kind of uproot you and bring you to your freaking knees in order for you to survive, like that phoenix rising, come from those ashes, resurrect, and find yourself once again. So you could connect this person, this counterpart, this masculine or feminine, who is ever watching the video, to helping you to find yourself. And that's beautiful, really beautiful. We have the Four of Bones, which is the Four of Pentacles, possessions. You know, there was this feeling I feel when you connect with this person that you belong together. They're mine. I must have you. I can't let go. I need to spend all of my time with you, because this is the kind of connection where it brings up these feelings in you that you belong together, or it's so intense. It's almost like it brings out the worst in you at the same time. It brings out the best and worst in you all at once. Okay. So what's going on here is that it does help us to let go. It helps us to be less possessive. It also helps us to attach less to people. So if you feel, a person watching this video, that you attach to this masculine or feminine, like right away, that right there could be something that was teaching you a lesson in connecting with someone, but also not losing yourself. Right? Being less possessive and more open to experiencing something with this person, rather than letting this connection totally consume you and take over your life. So that's the deal with these types of connections, is that they're so intense. It's almost like a drug. It makes you want more. You want more and more and more and more. And if the other person has any kind of fears or traumas around just anything, that might be what it takes to trigger their trauma to say, I can't handle this, I'm out of here. Right? So very, very difficult here, very difficult lessons for you guys, but really, really deep and emotional, and just almost like a tragic love affair. But what it ultimately does is it brings us to this opportunity where we can actually find ourselves and figure out who we are. Okay. Oh, let's get one more here. Oh, what was I just saying? Attachment styles. If some of you guys are codependent, or you came from dysfunctional families, so it might not just be codependency, but just dysfunctional families, there's something here that was rooted very deeply. So when you and this person got together, you guys really ignited these things within each other. You guys really ignited these traumas within each other. Okay. But you can see what is happening in this picture. This heart is being sewn back together. It's being mended. So both of you guys have come together in order to help each other to heal your dysfunction. It also says self-hate and denial. When we don't love ourselves, we deny other people. So a lot of you could have been triggered to feel like this person did not care about you, or they felt nothing for you because they abandoned you. But what I'm seeing here is that this person may have hated themselves so much that they're denying their capacity to be open to you loving them or to love you. Okay? That's pretty deep. And we have the 10 of Cups, 10 of Blood, happily ever after. Yes, there of course was, first of all, I see the 10 of Cups as a family card. So I definitely feel like the happily ever after that you may have dreamed that you would have with this person was doomed from the start. It was doomed from the start because of this. Family crap, family trauma, family of origin issues, big time here. Okay? But in some way, you guys did have an opportunity to have a happily ever after, but you couldn't make it work. There were too many traumas. There were too many unhealed things. So this connection does help in a way to put you on the correct path, to search and figure out who you are. It's the journey of the self. This person helps you and you help them. That's beautiful. It's a gift, is what I'm seeing here. It's an absolute gift. All right, let's get one more. Wow. Yes. This connection was a necessary evil in order for you guys to both be rebirthed. You guys were meant to disconnect. You guys were meant to lose something. You guys were also meant to lose yourselves in order to find yourselves. And it's through each other that you guys are able to do this. So this individual is an inspiration to you. You're an inspiration to them. You guys help each other to heal. Even if you guys never speak again or haven't spoken in ages, it doesn't matter. This energy still connects the two of you. And we have justice. Justice is Libra's energy. It's balancing of those karmic scales, and there are consequences to all actions, whether they are good or evil. Doesn't matter. You can't have one without the other. Where there's darkness, there's going to be light. Where there is an action, there's going to be a consequence. So this isn't about punishment. It just means that this is the journey of life. This is, karma, basically, is what that is. It's karma. So there's a lot of karma here that connects both you and your person. There's a lot of karmic consequences that have transpired because of the actions that you guys have both taken or not have taken. There's consequences to that too. So I feel that what is aiding in this ascension process right now is the decisions that you guys are making now. So yes, past, absolutely, there's the consequences. But you guys both have an opportunity to live again. You guys also have an opportunity to breathe life back into this connection. That's also a possibility. Okay? Also a possibility. All right. So now we're going to move on into the immortal bond, which are, what are the ties that bind you? What are the ties that bind you and this person? Let's look at this. If I can pick my cards up. Okay, so we're going to go into the Spirits of Darkness and Light Divination deck, and we're going to combine this with my Twin Flame Journey Tarot. What are the ties that bind you and this person? We have Spirit of Enchantment. So both of you guys are enchanted with one another. That's for sure. It's like drinking from a glass and being completely captivated. I mean, we already saw that card on the masculine side, that he is completely captivated, right? And we have 10 of Pentacles. Wow. Okay, so the 10 of Pentacles, it says ultimate achievement. The 10 of Pentacles is long-term. It's like the long-term goals that you have. To me, this is like, your whole life, basically. Like that's your ultimate goal. I feel like what this is trying to tell us, you guys, is that you and this person are connected by being captivated by one another for the long haul, for life. I hate to say that to you guys because I'm not trying to tell you that you can't ever be happy or that you can't ever feel peace. You absolutely can. But I feel like you and this individual will always feel this captivation towards one another. And it does say temporary, but no, it is not. It's 10 of Pentacles, which is all the time, like forever. That's just the way I'm reading it. Now, it might not be like every single day that it's the same kind of intensity, because I do feel like some of you, because that energy, remember feminine, you keep coming back again. Some of you guys might just move on with your lives and you do your thing and he's kind of gone and then he comes back. And I feel like it's the same for this masculine too. So it goes both ways. Goes both ways. Wow. Now we have the feminine spirit. So the feminine spirit is really magnetic and also powerful in this connection. Okay? The feminine spirit, receptive, intuitive, nurturing. I really like to see this, and I'll tell you why. First of all, you guys are very receptive to one another. So this tells me there's a lot of telepathy going on. There's a lot of dream activity going on. There's a lot of inner knowingness, intuition. I just know. You just know things. Trust it. Nurturing. The more that you take care of yourselves, the better off you guys are going to be. So this connection is built on self-care, loving the self, nurturing the self. When you nurture yourself and you do well, your counterpart is also experiencing that same energy. So that's great. We have the Three of Swords, but the heartache does remain. So it is like this double-edged swords that exists between the two of you. As enchanted as you are, there's this heartbreaking situation. It's the heartbreak of the past, the heartache of not being able to be together. Three of Swords can sometimes indicate third parties. There could also be Ten of Pentacles, marriage and third party. Could be that for some of you, not everybody. But it could be that there is this feeling of loving someone but not being able to be with them. Okay, so we have the Spirit of the Masquerade, and what's very interesting to me is that there is a lot of hidden energy. So you might be dealing with each other and you're just like, your masculine doesn't know that you feel these things. Feminine, you don't know that this masculine feels this way. So there's a lot of hiding. There's a lot of false perceptions. There could even, of course, be hiding if there's third party and you guys are seeing each other. That could be it as well. But I feel like people are really good at masking how they feel, and both of you do it. So let's just say you were to have looked up this masculine, or he would have looked you up. You guys might not have any indication from a kind of face value way that either one of you care about one another still, because you're so good at hiding it, and so are they. So that's why I always tell people, just don't do it. Just stay off social media. Don't even do it at all. Don't do it to yourself, okay? Because it's not an accurate description of shit. Wow, yeah. Death. Till death do us part. I swear that's what I'm getting here. Till death do us part. So when I'm talking about what are the ties that bind you when we get death, oh my God. I mean, it's major transitional energy, death and rebirth. We just got it here, you know? Death equals life. That's you guys. This connection, it was meant to end. It was meant to be tragic. It was meant to be gut-wrenching. Because without it, you guys wouldn't have done the work that you've done. You guys would not have taken steps had it not been this way. So to me, this is just an indication to you, the viewer, that all this pain, make it matter. Make it matter. Do something with it. Yeah, you want to talk about having your freaking world rocked? We've got the Spirit of the Tower. Surprises, shifts, and big changes. So this particular connection was meant to rock your world. It was meant to restructure you. You were meant to have a tower moment. To me, this is a huge awakening as well. And it may have come in quite a shocking way. There could be a lot of shock, as in people lied, deceived each other, and people found out things. And it really, really accelerated the traumas and the pain and all that tragedy that is present in this connection. And then we have the Queen of Wands, which I absolutely love, because to me, I relate this to the feminine. Queen of Wands is Aries energy, and it's so, remember I talked about the feminine being magnetic? Here we go. She's on fire. She is goal-oriented. She's finding herself. She finds her self-worth. She knows who she is. She's independent. She's confident. So I really like this, because this tells me here that the feminine spirit right now is everything. The feminine, the more confident you are, the more that you're valuing yourself, the more that you're nurturing yourself and loving yourself, this is actually creating more of a drive for this masculine to want to enter into your world and be with you once again. Now, I'm not saying that that's going to happen. I'm not saying that's why you're doing it. But this is just naturally what's happening here. You're not just sitting around. You're not wasting your life away. You're not blaming him anymore. You are thriving. And when you're thriving, feminine, and you're living your life, and you're doing what you came here to do, that is one of the most attractive feminines in the world. So that right now is the tie that binds you. The tie that binds you is that you guys have both gone through to hell and back. You guys have both gone through major transformation. You guys are both enchanted with one another. You guys are both equally heartbroken over either the past or unable to be together. You guys are also hiding your true feelings for one another. There's something going on here. So what do you guys have? You have your dreams, and you have your inner knowingness, and you have your lives to live. That's what you have. So again, make it work for you. Do something amazing. Write a book. Do something. Do something that is going to reflect what you have gone through. Okay? So now we have bats. What's taking flight next in this connection? Well, who knows? Let's see. Now, of course, there's no guarantees, but we are just going to get a little bit of a snapshot and see what Spirit wants to share with us in regards to the possible, shaping of the future. All right, so this deck is called Tarot de la Nuit. All right, let's see what we got here. Ooh, we have the King of Wands. Wow, you guys. Remember, we just had the Queen of Wands. The King of Wands is awesome. First of all, it represents the sign of Leo, but it's definitely an energy of a masculine, basically, rising up. So we always talk about the divine feminine rising. To me, this is the divine masculine rising, knowing who he is, having the confidence to take control, having the courage and the strength, Leo, to go for something. This is also, to me, a masculine who has found himself on his journey and his expedition to find himself, which is a card that actually came up earlier, if I can find it right here. Done a lot of soul searching, has found something, has discovered something about himself, right? So there's that too. We have the Sun, which is also Leo. There could be some sort of a prediction for Leo's season, perhaps August of this year. But to me, this is growth. This is ascension. This is awareness. This is the light shining, on things. So we are suddenly aware. Things are illuminated. This is also growth. We need the sun in order to grow, right? This is also positivity, things moving forward in a more positive direction. And I'm also getting to shining, shining, having a lot of strength, going towards the light instead of continuously wallowing or being stuck in the dark. So that's awesome. Okay, we also have the Devil. So to me, the masculine and you are still connected, feminine. It's like it's not going anywhere. It's not going anywhere. But again, it might not be going anywhere for a reason. You might still have something to learn. You might still have something that you are working with or working through. So welcome this energy, because I feel like it is going to be helpful for you in the long run. It'll be helpful for the both of you. But neither one of you are going anywhere. Both of you guys are still, I'm getting here, you guys are still connected in this energy. The Devil is represented by Capricorn. Capricorn is money, wealth, materialism, desire, lust, carnal energy, you name it, very passionate, very sensual energy. So I feel like where you guys are headed, you guys might be headed towards connecting in that, in that way. It could be in the physical, yes. It could be in your dreams. It could be all taking place in an energetic way as well. But there's definitely this being shackled together type of energy. And we have the Queen of Cups. Very interesting. The Queen of Cups is someone that the feminine is afraid of being. Well, guess what? What I'm seeing here is that this feminine is actually opening up her heart space once again. She feels safe. She feels like she can be the Queen of Swords. She can be the Queen of Wands. She can be the Queen of Cups. And she can also be the Queen of Pentacles. She can be all of the queens, which would be the Empress. That's all of the queens connected. So to me, this feminine is growing. This feminine is softening. This feminine is opening her heart once again. She is not going to stay in fear or shackled to the shadows or fear forever. She's not going to allow that to happen. So I feel like moving forward, there's a lot of activity for the feminine. And the reason I'm saying that is because I see a masculine here and I see 3 cards with the feminine. So a lot of growth, a lot of breaking chains from fear and traumas, a lot of healing that's taking place on an emotional level for the feminine. So that's something that is developing. Another card, Seven of Cups, feminine. Seven of Cups, you guys, is dreams, fantasy, connecting with the moon's energy, using this to your advantage. So I feel like what this is telling us here when it comes to what's taking flight next, a lot of activity, a lot of healing, and a lot of creativity for the feminine. And masculine, what's taking flight for him? He is finding himself. He is rising into his energy. To me, this is a preparation for an eventual union. Whether that's in this life or another, I don't know. But there is something that both souls are doing to better their lives, to ascend to the next level, to heal, to be better versions of themselves. I love it. All right, so we are now going to end this reading with the energy of bite, which is a final message from your counterpart. I just had so much fun coming up with, the little titles and things of what, the different cards meant and stuff. So we're going to go into my Divine Masculine Revelations deck, and we're going to combine it with the Tarot of the Vampyres. What does your counterpart want to leave you with for final thoughts? Protection. I feel safer in the silence. Prince of Skulls. Okay, so the Prince of Skulls, you guys, I believe is... Let me just double check because I want to make sure that I get the suits right. Okay, yeah, so that is the No, hold on. Let's see here. Yeah, it's the Pentacles. Okay. So the Knight of Pentacles. Knight of Pentacles is Virgo's energy. Knight of Pentacles is also very slow moving, slow and steady. I feel like what this masculine is saying right now is that he does feel safer right now in the silence. He feels a lot of things. We can obviously see this. But he does feel safer not saying anything right now, not bringing forth that information or those desires or those confessions. He feels safer. It might be that it's safer to do that for you as well, feminine. There might be a reason why this timing may not be ideal for you or either one of you. Okay. But the Knight of Pentacles means I am focused on my pentacle. I'm focused on my craft. I'm focused on building my life. I'm focused on taking things slow. I'm not trying to rush anything. I'm not leading with my ego anymore. Okay. I'm leading with my heart, and my heart tells me, and it's nice and balanced and slow. It feels steady. It's a steady heart energy. It's not a wands where it's like, getting carried away in your passion. To me, it's a very stable energy here. And this is what is leading the masculine right now on the journey, is that it's just best to hang back and to take things slow and to slowly just kind of work things through. All right. We have circumstances. I'm trying to take responsibility for my actions right now. So there could be certain circumstances. And I think it's very interesting that we have two masculines that look very similar here. I think they might even be the same masculine. They just look different. So I'm trying to take responsibilities for my actions right now. Certain circumstances stand in the way between you and this masculine. It could be yours, it could be his, or both. Trying to take responsibility for the actions that have been taken here. Trying to figure out perhaps how to make wrongs right, or how to get around circumstances without being selfish or hurting other people. Nine of Cups. Don't mistake this masculine silence or him holding back for that he doesn't desire you, because he does. The Nine of Cups is wish. You're my wish. You're what I want. I wish to be with you. I wish to have these cups flowing over. I want to be selfish. That's what I'm actually getting from this masculine. I do want to be selfish. I want to indulge. Believe me, I do. But I am choosing to approach this situation like the Knight of Pentacles. The Knight of Pentacles wouldn't do this. So the desire is here. but there's something that is steering the ship right now for this masculine, to where he's making the right choice to act with integrity and not to just fly back into the feminine's life, or to, be selfish at this time. I like that. Okay, so this confirms for us what we already know. I'm more affected than you know. Appearances. If you're looking at me on social media, that is not an accurate description of what I'm really thinking and feeling. And it could be vice versa, of course, for feminine as well, because we know that they are both wearing masks. We're both feeling that. So masculine is more affected than the feminine actually knows. So don't fall for appearances, feminine. That's why I said don't look on social media. Just forget about it. 10 of Cups. So it might appear that this masculine is really happy, and it's not saying that he's not happy at all, but he might not be as happy as you think, feminine. That's literally what he's telling you. It might also be that if he has seen you very happy in a situation, he's more affected than you actually know by the appearance of what he is seeing. So he is seeing you, and it affects him more than you actually know, seeing you happy. But remember, he wants you to be happy, but he is affected. It's like it's a double-edged sword. Send her my love, right? I just want you to be happy. I want the best for you. Someday love will find you. And if it has, it still does affect him. So, man. Remember we talked about karma? I'm finally feeling the consequences of my actions. So there is this feeling of, karma. We already got that in the previous messages in regards to the connection, which was justice, consequences. There are consequences, right? There are consequences to the actions or inactions that were taken. So masculine is wanting the feminine to know that, or your counterpart, however this is coming through, wants you to know that he has felt karma. He has felt consequences for his actions. And now we have the Lord of Knives. So that Lord of Knives is definitely an energy of wanting to do something, wanting to, break loose, wanting to maybe take some sort of action on this, be hot-headed, communicate. And I just feel like he is choosing not to move forward on this. So this particular card here, now that I'm looking at it, the Prince in this deck may be the King of Pentacles. And to me, the King of Pentacles is very similar to the Knight of Pentacles. So it's the same message, really. It just means that he's more mature with his thinking than he was in the past. So he's deliberately holding back. He's looking at the facts rather than going off of his emotions and being hot-headed about situations. And I'm getting here that the karma has really upset this masculine. He's had to go through a bunch of shit. He's made some mistakes too. And it's like anger to me. So he wants you to know, feminine, that he has felt uncomfortable, that he has definitely paid some sort of price for his actions. That's what he wants you to know. And we have future. So it says it all comes down to divine timing. So it might be that he is waiting for something. He is waiting for something to change. So it's all going to come down to divine timing. Or it could be that he's just waiting to, feel differently or whatever's going on here. But by no means is he saying, feminine, wait for me. Put your life on hold and wait for me. No, that's not what's happening here. Because remember, this masculine has constantly said throughout this reading, someday love will find you. All he wants is the best for you, and he sends you his love. That's not a masculine that would tell you, wait for me. Now we have the Queen of Swords. Look at that. So the Queen of Swords showed up in the very beginning of the reading. We know the Queen of Swords is the feminine. She's sitting there. She's got her knife in her lap. She's very serious. She's not fucking around. She is not going to let just any old person come into her life and just, tell her something and can try to convince her of something. It's going to take more than that. It's going to take more than that. It's going to take change. It's going to take time. Masculine may sense this for feminine. Maybe she's not ready right now. Maybe she's not ready to forgive him. Maybe she is not ready to be the Queen of Cups. But we can clearly see with the future cards that that's in the works. Okay? So you guys get each other. You guys feel each other. You guys know what's going on with each other. You guys just know. So whatever's happening or not happening, it's because you guys know what you're feeling and thinking. You guys know what the other person is feeling and thinking. And I'm not talking about exact, but you sense it, which is why you're doing things or you're not doing things, because you just feel it. So that's what I have for today's reading. I really hope that you guys enjoyed this creative spread and this creative way of diving into your soul connection. I just find this style to just be so much fun, and it just gives it a new little flair. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I will catch you next time. And remember, if you guys want your own personalized version of this reading or any of the decks that you guys saw here today, everything will be listed down below. All right, take care. Bye-bye.